Ya afya SHA ikiongozwa na Afisa Mkuu Mtendaji Mwangangi imeeleza wabunge kuwa kufikia sasa hakuna kandarasi baina ya Wizara ya Afya na hospitali za kigeni kuhusiana na matibabu ya wagonjwa ughaibuni. Akifika mbele ya kamati ya Bunge kuhusu uwekezaji, Mwangangi amesema kuwa ukosefu wa kandarasi hiyo ndio chanzo kikuu cha kukosa kulipia gharama ya wagonjwa ughaibuni, wabunge wakitaka hilo kufanyika kwa haraka. Kadhalika amesema kwamba SHA ina deni la shilingi bilioni 33 lililorithiwa kutoka hazina ya NHIF. Hebu kwa sasa tutazame jinsi shughuli hivyo inavyoendelea. Kama jinsi ambavyo natazama mtazamaji, ni shughuli ambayo inaendelea kwa sasa na tayari Mwangangi yuko hapa. Hebu tusikilize ni kipi ambacho kinajiri.
NHIF sought approval for the overseas trip for its board members, and the approval was obtained from the head of public service. We have attached an appendix where Appendix 0 shows the subject matter, which was a study tour to Thailand, and we'll be able to avail, it shows also the agenda of the trip, the discussions that were held during the trip. We will avail, it shows the visa proceedings, it also shows the clearance, the travel clearance in respect of Dr. Richard Thuo Kamau, who was a board member, who had been invited, as well as the travel clearance from the head of public service for the chief executive officer, as well as board members Silpa Owich, Andrew Owinyo, and Rachel Monyoncho. Chair, we take note of the honorable member's guidance in terms of the requisite approval processes. However, for this specific trip that is on item number 3, unapproved foreign trips, the requisite approvals were sought from the head of public service and travel clearances. With regards to the issue of unabsorbed staff, I'd like to state that our PSC establishment curtailed the number of staff from a previous 1,700 to 815. And so the approved establishment that we have from PSC can only fit 815 officers. What this means is that there will have to be officers that will transition out. NHIF previously had about 1,700. It means half of these officers would transition out. Through the court process, consent was signed by PSC and SHA for salary to self, whereby this staff will transition with their salaries, personal to holder, to different MDAs, and PSC is leading this process of ensuring that the deployment takes place. But it's important to note that SHA is already constrained by an establishment that cuts the numbers by half, and we have to follow the establishment by PSC. With regards to the Caro scheme, again, through the chair, the honorable member is correct. The Caro scheme was operating under the previous defunct NHIF. However, I'd like to state that the loss ratio of the Caro scheme was 214%. It means that for every 1 shilling that was paid in, NHIF defunct had to pay out 214 shillings. So it was a highly loss-making and sustainable scheme. Currently, there is a conversation being held through the Ministry of Health with the Caro Association to look at that scheme and to compute any new premiums that will be required. But it's important to note that the new law does not prescribe for the uptake of the Caro scheme because under NHIF, it was an enhanced scheme. The current SHA Act does not allow for the uptake of the Caro scheme. We have engaged the association, and SHA proposes that this matter is then referred to the Ministry of Public Service and the head of public service with the potential of providing a fund for all retired officers, a fund that they can pay into while they are working to allow for them to access health insurance when they are retired. So those are part of the interventions that we are putting in place. With regards to the facilities in Wajir that are closed, KPMDC and COC are the 2 regulatory agencies that are involved with the regulation of health facilities. And so through the chair, noting the honorable member's question, we will engage KPMDC.
Bila shaka mtazamaji, ni shughuli ambayo inaendelea kwa sasa, na mwandishi wetu wa habari Elizabeth Mutuko yuko kule anafuatilia kwa kina zaidi. Atakuwa anatujuza kwa mapana na marefu mwendo wa jioni. Lakini kwa sasa wacha tuangazie taarifa nyingine ambapo viongozi